time. My dreamy friend, it's coffee time. Let's listen to some jazz and rhyme and have a cup of coffee.
It's finally time, the day of the final of the Junior Eurovision Song Contest 2016. It's time also for the last predictions of our man in Malta, Steef van Gorkum. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What do you think will happen today?
Well, it's going to be a very, very close and interesting contest. I've seen the dress rehearsal, of course, last night, the rehearsal on which almost all of the juries will vote. I've made a very detailed description of that on epsiode.com. It's still up there for people if you want to read it, if you want to see some kind of prediction. But I found it very, very difficult to predict because it's such a close contest. There are so many similar entries. We've talked about it earlier this week. And a few of them were really at their best last night as well. Italy, for example, a country that throughout the week in the rehearsals was maybe a little bit behind Poland and Bulgaria, last night was right up there, performed really well. Still, the two countries most talked about remain to be Bulgaria and Poland because of the vocals, because of the direction in which Junior has moved in the last couple of years. More jury vote, vocals more important than the song. And if we're splitting hairs, I would say Bulgaria was maybe even slightly better than Poland last night, but that's a very small difference.
You have seen the show already, of course. The most people will see it this afternoon for the first time. What are now, in fact, the changes the contest has made this year?
There are a few changes. You see that there are different locations, so they use different studios, not just one main stage. That's interesting, but it's not a big game changer in my opinion. Last year they already experimented with some kind of interval acts in between the songs. We'll see that tonight as well. Poligenova will come on stage and perform her Eurovision song from last year, If Love Was a Crime, in between the Junior Eurovision entries. But most of all, of course, the voting has changed, and you will see that by the fact that the interval act itself will not take that long. It will shorten down the show a little bit. There were many broadcasters who have asked about this, and the EBU delivers and shortens down the interval act, and then the juries will come on stage. But the voting itself is also slightly modified, not just because of the fact that there's no televoting, but they also tried to have that kind of melody festival system which they had in adult Eurovision as well. I'm not sure if it was necessary because the last couple of years Junior Eurovision has always been a very tight and close contest. But just in case, just to be safe, they will do it in the way that we hear the adult juries vote by country first, then the expert juries, Christer Björkman, Jedward and Mats Grimstad, and then all the kids juries from all the countries together in one big bulk.
Do you think that this strategy, this new format for this contest, will have a success in the sense that we will see an increase of countries participating in the upcoming years?
It might, but I think it's a good format. That's the first and most important thing. And I think certain countries will, as I said, broadcasters have asked about certain changes, and they will get what they asked for. So yes, that's a positive thing. I think the EBU has done a good job with that. However, participating in Junior Eurovision has always been and will always be less of a... It's not in every country that the viewing figures are so high that it justifies you participating, and that will always remain a big question for some of the broadcasters who don't have a lot of money in order for them to decide whether they will keep participating. And for some countries, budgetary issues will always be there. And then there's also the fact that we have 17 participants now, and EBU does not want to go into semifinals for Junior Eurovision. Because it would be too harsh for the kids if they don't qualify for the big night, and that means that Junior Eurovision probably cannot take more than 20, 21 countries. So there's not a big expand coming on, I think.
So finally, what can we expect today and after the show on ESC Daily?
Well, I've mentioned already the blog, but very important, if you read that blog and if you think you've made your own prediction of the show, give it to us, because there's a big prize pool coming on, and if you predict the results, you have to send us your top 5 either on Facebook or on the website. If you do it the best of everyone, you'll get a big package of promo stuff from Junior Eurovision. So that's definitely up there. I've interviewed Jon Alassand yesterday. We'll start putting that interview online on the website later today. We have an item coming up about the kids and what they will do after Junior Eurovision, because today is obviously the last day, and from tomorrow on they will go back to their ordinary lives. We've interviewed a lot of participants about that, and that will come on the website as well. So there's still plenty of stuff to come on. And then, of course, tonight, after the show, we'll have a big review, written not by myself, unfortunately, because I will be on a plane already then, but one of my colleagues, Annie Shahoyan, she will write a big review about the show, and so the whole day long, if you want to follow the Junior Eurovision, escdaily.com is still the place to be.
So thank you for your time and effort this week, Steef, and we will talk again soon.
Thank you.